Hey guys, it's Beth with Bourbon Creek Crafts. Welcome back to my channel, and I'm super excited today because I am guest designing for Scrapping for Less using their new product release. It's a bundle called Winter Fairy, and if you follow my channel, I actually did a video kind of showcasing this in more detail last week, and I will link that below. But basically this bundle includes this pack of beautiful pink and green winter themed papers, and then 2 fairy theme stamp sets. So it's all like very cute, very kind of whimsical, and I love the color combinations of this pad. So my project for today is a decorative Post-it note cover, and I am using the stamp here. This cute fairy with the wand is the stamp that I've used. And I'm not a quick colorer, so I've already gone ahead and colored up and decorated up the fairies that I needed. And I just did kind of shades of pink, mint, and teal, because those are my daughter's favorite colors. And the reason that I'm making the Post-it note pads is my daughter's having a little birthday party, and these fairies fit very well with the theme that she was having. And so I decided to, use the stamps in a different way and make some little party favors for her guests. So I don't have a full range of like alcohol markers like the Copics or the Spectrum Noirs, but I do have a full range of colored pencils. And so I have already gone ahead and colored up my fairies using colored pencils. But then just to add a little bit of dimension to the fairies, I also used some Nuvo glitter drops in White Blizzard. I don't know if that will focus. And this is actually from Scrapping for Less. And I just did the Nuvo drops here on the fur of her hat and on that the puff ball at the end of her hat. So it gives it a little bit of sparkle and a little bit of dimension to her hat. And then I also used some clear Wink of Stella on her wings and the star. So she's got some dimension and some sparkle, which every fairy should have, right? So I have already done the coloring and the fussy cutting of the fairies, but we will build the Post-it note pad cover together. So this is just a standard 3-inch Post-it note pad, and I need to cut my paper at 3 1/4 by 7 inches. And this is a heavier weight cardstock. I think it's 100 pounds, it's not a full 110. So there's 7. And then I'm going to score my cardstock at 3 1/4 inches from both ends. And yes, I'm using my old school trimmer to score. And we'll use the bone folder to make sure my scores are creased well. And then now we get to decorate it, which is the fun part, right? So I think we will use this pink fairy first, and I think I'm going to use some of the green. The paper in the pack is double-sided, so this one has got like a light pink on one side and then that kind of a minty green on the other. So next, I just need to trim my pattern paper down to 3 1/8 by 3 1/8 so it will fit on the front of my cover. And if you wanted to be able to get more mileage out of your 6x6 paper, you could totally just do it at 3x3 and you'd have more of a white gap. And I'm also going to do the back side, and so I need to, we'll do the stars. So I have 2 pieces of pattern paper trimmed down to 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. So one will go on the front and the other will go on the back, and you can see that there's just a real thin white border. I'm going to go ahead and put those on, and I'm just using score tape. And then I'm going to burnish that down really well. And I've actually changed my mind. I think I'm going to put the star pattern on the front and the polka dots on the back. I like this pink and green chevron pattern as well. Okay, so there is my cover. I am going to put my cute little fairy there, and then I used the sentiment that says "A warm fairy hello" from the Same Winter Fairy stamp set. I just stamped it on a small scrap of white, and it's about like 3 1/4 inches wide by 1 3/8 inch long. And I'm going to cut that into a fishtail at the bottom. And then I'm actually going to stick it right here at the top. I'm going to use some heart glitter glue to put my fairy down. I'm going to put her at just a little bit of an angle. Let's set that on there. And then I'm also going to use my glitter glue on my fishtail here. And then we are just going to put that right up here in the corner. And then I have some sequins that were left over from a Scrapping for Less kit that I think the pinks will work perfectly here. I'm going to lay my sequins out, kind of figure out where I want to place them before I actually glue them down. Okay, so there is the cover completed with our fairy, little sparkle, and a fun, sweet little message. So now I'm going to add some score tape to the back of my Post-it pad. And then we will put it in our holder. Again, burnish those down. And then I'm just going to kind of center it from the side and the bottom. And here we have our sweet little fairy Post-it pad. So I hope you guys enjoyed this fun alternative way to use your stamps and paper from this winter fairy pack from Scrapping for Less. If you have any questions, let me know. Dimensions and products used will be listed in the description box below. But I thank you guys so much for your time today, and I thank you, Scrapping for Less, for giving me this opportunity to guest design. It has been super fun, and I love these products. So thanks, everyone. I hope you're having a crafty day.